Hi everyone, this is Rachel here from the Shades of Orange. Today I want to do a book review of a brand new release called The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. Now, as a full disclaimer, I should say that I did receive this book from NetGalley for free in exchange for an honest review. I read this on my tablet, which is why I don't have a copy to show you. However, I will link Goodreads down below, so if you're interested in seeing what the cover of the book looks like, you can look it up there. Now I'll just jump in and tell you the setup of the plot. The story essentially revolves around a young 20-something girl named Mia who goes to a bar one night, disappears. We do know that essentially she was kidnapped. What makes this story so unique is that it's told in three different perspectives. The first is Mia's mother. The second is the detective investigating the kidnapping and disappearance of Mia. And the third is the kidnapper himself. What's particularly unique about this is that Mia, the girl who gets kidnapped, does not actually get her own perspective throughout this story. Instead, we get to learn about her from these other perspectives. And I thought that was a really interesting choice just because typically kidnapping stories are always told in the first-person perspective from whoever is getting kidnapped. But in this case, the author did something really different and really separates us from Mia. So all that we know about her is really from secondhand experience. And of course, everyone has their own prejudice and opinions on who Mia is. And it just becomes a really interesting study of this girl. Now, because the narration style actually jumps backwards and forwards in the time periods, we get to see Mia during the kidnapping as well as after. So we do get to know the conclusion of the kidnapping quite early on in the story. So the story becomes less of a what happened to Mia and instead becomes a story of why and really what's going on and filling in the pieces of what happened to Mia during that time period. So for me, the story was incredibly engrossing just because I really wanted to see how Mia's story developed. I seem to have a very strange fascination with kidnapping in fiction. I've read quite a few other novels such as Still Missing by Chevy Stevens and Stolen by Lucy Christopher, and I just always find it fascinating, particularly when there is a possible element of Stockholm Syndrome. So if you're like me and have an interest in those kidnapping stories, this is one I would definitely recommend checking out. So if you're someone who, like me, has a bit of an interest in kidnapping stories, I would definitely recommend checking this out. I think it's one of the strongest kidnapping stories that I've ever read. Overall, it was just a very well-written novel, kept me completely captivated, and I just was thoroughly impressed with it when I finished it. So that's my short and sweet review of The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. I definitely recommend checking it out. If it sounds like the kind of story you would enjoy, it's definitely high quality, great writing, and really made for a fantastic weekend read. Thanks so much everyone. I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye.